Okay, Beano,
Hey
he
everybody,
actually on
Captain
this. He's
Beano
in the
What's
chat.
going on, everybody? Loom here, and today I have another Wi-Fi battle against somebody unknown named Ian, also known as Pocket God. Looking at our teams, he has the Mamoswine, Jellison, Embor, Sovali, I forgot the Pokemon name for a second, Xatu, and Mega Charizard X, and I have my team of Tapu Koko, Moltres, Ferrothorn, Slowbro, Flygon, and Gardevoir. This is a mixed tier battle. Like, we didn't want to do any tiers because, you know, we didn't really have that much for each tier. So we were just like, oh, let's do a mixed tier. Like, we did like 2 OUs, 1 UU, and it could be whatever the fuck else you want to use. Like, that's, your choices are between NU, RU, and PU at that point. So, like, you can do 3 RUs, 3 NUs, 3 PUs, whatever you want. But yeah, that's the rules we played by. So this looks like a pretty good battle so far. I like the teams on both of our sides. And I want to start a new thing now. I'm going to start doing like a question today. So my first question today is, what's your favorite fire type Pokemon? Leave your favorite fire type Pokemon in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you. And I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say. So without further ado, let's just get into the battle. So here my opponent decides to go up the Mamoswine as I lead off the Tapu Koko because I know I can like U-turn out if I feel like I'm pressured in any way because, you know, it's a Mamoswine on the field. It's a ground type. I'm gonna die if I stay in. So I U-turn out. I go out to my Slowbro because it has like a better advantage against it, you know, like because it's a physically defensive tank. So yeah, I go out to Slowbro. He goes for the rocks. It's not really that much of a concern. I mean, it is a concern because I have a Moltres, but I'm not trying to swap into it versus the Mamoswine. You know what I mean? But he withdraws here and goes out to the Jellison, which walls my Slowbro. I predict this and I go into my Tapu Koko because I know, like, I pretty much knew he was going to do that. He withdraws the Jellison here. I goes out to the Mamoswine again. I just go for the default because I don't want the rocks near me. Because I really, like, I have a Moltres on the team that really cripples my team and the breaking power my team has if the rocks are up. So he gets the leftover recovery here, and I'm just like, all right, now things are looking a little good for me. So I go for the U-turn, pivoting out, and because you know I don't really want to stay on this thing, I have no moves to hit it. I go out to my Ferrothorn, which has a way better matchup, but he just goes for the rocks again. I'm pretty sure I just let this happen. I go for the Gyro Ball, and you know Mamoswine is pretty scary because like it's pretty bulky. It has a good abilities. It's just an overall solid Pokemon. But he goes into the Embor here. I go for the Gyro Ball, doesn't do anything, which is pretty unfortunate for me. Which is, I mean, it was a pretty obvious swap on my part. It was pretty dumb play by my part, but you know, he goes to the Xatu here. I go for the Stealth Rock. Doesn't matter because I already have rocks up on my side anyway. I go back out to the Tapu Koko here, and I'm just like, all right, maybe I could kill this thing if I just play correctly. Yeah, but I was assuming he'd go back into Mamoswine or some shit, but no, he's a Calm Mindset, which is not good. It's pretty scary for me. But I'm just like, alright, maybe I should just try and defog here because I don't really want the hazards around me right now. So I just go for the defog. I'm like, alright, Magic Bounce doesn't really matter. You know, I get the rocks away anyway. It's just he's lowering my evasiveness, which doesn't really matter anyway. But he just keeps going for the Calm Mind. I'm just like, alright, Koko should be able to kill this anyway because it's under Electric Terrain. Strong ass stab attacks. It's basically, I mean, Koko hits fucking hard, man. But I go for the Thunderbolt here. It does not kill it. I was like, alright. Maybe I could live, but no. I get fucking obliterated by Psychic, which is unfortunate as fuck. But it's, oh well, man. Shit happens, but I'm like, alright, now I'm just gonna go out to Moltres here. He predicts, he doesn't predict it, I just forced to switch this time. And then he goes up to Jellison. I missed on top of that, which is pretty fucking gay, but you know, what can you do? It's Pokemon, man. I go for the U-turn, because I'm like, alright, I'm not trying to say anything against this. This is pretty fucking dangerous. So I go out to my Ferrothorn. And he makes a pretty risky play here. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp. I'm like, are you kidding, bro?
Are you kidding me?
That was a risky ass play, bro. I didn't expect him to go for it because what if I stayed in? I mean, obviously I wouldn't say it because it's like a atrocious type matchup. But anyways, he goes out to the Sylvali here. Argon 657 in the cut. I go for the Gyro Ball. Does not do anything to this thing. Most likely defensive set. Special defensive, most likely Sylvali Steel with defog. But he goes for the Parting Shot. I'm like, okay, this Ferrothorn cannot do anything now. It has no offensive presence. I mean, Ferrothorn barely has offensive presence in the first place, but now it's just the most passive. It's more passive than like a Registeel on RU now. So I just go for the Leech Seed. I'm like, alright, I can probably sap some health back, you know, make this thing a little bit more valuable to me, get some sustain off. And, you know, Charizard is pretty... I'm not even like... Charizard's pretty dangerous, but he switches out. I don't know why. I just go for the rocks here. And I'm just like, alright, I make a ballsy ass plane stay and I get rocks. It doesn't really matter. Now I just take my burn damage. I go out to my Moltres here because there's no rocks on the field. I could just switch in for free. I basically force him to defog now because he doesn't want rocks up. And I just get like a free play now. So what I do here is I just predict this switch and I go for the U-turn because I know he's going to go out to Charizard. Pretty obvious play. So I get my free pivot into something else. Most likely, it's most likely Zard X because nobody uses Zard Y anymore. I mean, people do use Zard Y because Toxapex is like not even popular anymore. It's still popular, it's just like not as prevalent as it used to be. But anyways, I force him to switch out here. He goes out to the Jellicent. I go for the Calm Mind. I'm pretty sure we just like stall each other out for like most likely almost like 10 turns. It's pretty ridiculous. I was sitting there just like, damn, could this shit please end already, bro? I don't want to do this anymore. But he just burns me here. This is a pretty long ass fight, which is annoying for me. I was just like, alright, this man wants to play stall, I'll play stall. I don't give a fuck. I have all the time in the world. But anyways, we just like exchange the same plays over and over again. Slack off, Calm Mind, Hex, it's just the same shit. So I'm gonna just stop talking right now and just let you guys watch. Okay, so finally I decided to kill the fucking Jellicent, man. This thing was annoying the fuck out of me. Because it's like so... I don't know why he didn't stay. I don't know why he didn't... I was trying to make him switch out. I don't know why he didn't switch out. I guess he was trying to like fish for a crit or some shit. But anyways, he goes to the Ember here. And I'm like, alright, this thing probably has Wild Charge. But I don't give a fuck. There's nothing to lose. He doesn't even do shit to me because Slowbro is literally the most... It's so good. I like Slowbro a lot. It's like one of my favorite Pokemon, but... That's besides the point. It's really defensively bulky. It has a really good defensive typing and all that. But I go for the Slack off here, getting all my health back. I mean, Slowbro has really reliable coverage too. It was used a lot in RS because it was like the best check to Talonflame almost. And it was a lot of physical threats back then. But, you know, I basically force a switch on there. I go for the Scald on the Silvally, and it just dies. Didn't even have a fucking chance to live, but... I get my leftovers recovery here, I take the burn damage, I'm like, alright, now this is starting to chip me down really bad. He goes up to Zardex here, Mega Evolves with Charizard. And, you know, I'm not really scared of this thing because it's Slowbro, it's the most, it's really has really good defense. It's almost like 130, I think, or maybe 110. I might be over, I think it has like 110 defense, but, you know, it has decent HP too. So I go for the Slack off here as it goes for the Outrage. I didn't really expect Outrage on Charizard. I didn't usually expect Dragon Claw Flare Blitz with like Dragon Dance or just Roost because like 3 attacks Roost or Earthquake. But, you know, he's Outrage. But I just go for the Slack off, get my leftovers recovery. He goes for the Outrage again. I'm pretty sure he's just locked into this. And I'm like, alright. If he does not get max rolls, I could just stall him out and hope for confusion and kill it. But yeah, we basically just exchange the same play over and over again. Slack off, Outrage. And I'm just hoping to get like confusion so I can, you know, stay alive and shit. But he goes to the Outrage again. I still live. You know, I'm basically able to live unless he like gets a really good max roll or kills me with a crit. But I just keep slacking off here because I'm really just trying to kill this thing. I'm hoping he gets confused soon. I'm hoping he takes like some damage. And yeah, he gets confused now. I go for the Scald, but you know, he breaks out and gets the max roll, which sucks a lot for me. So the Slowbro just dies. I'm like really upset about that because I spent so much time boosting it for no reason. But anyways, I go out to my Flygon here. I'm Jolly, so I can just outspeed this and go for the Earthquake, which is pretty good because this thing is a fucking threat. Now it's dead. So I'm like, alright, this thing's gone now. Now I have some little more wiggle room to do whatever I need to do. He goes up to the Mammoth Swine. I'm like, alright, this thing's fucking scary, so I'm just gonna, you know, run away from it and switch out. Go to my Ferrothorn here. He goes for the Ice Crush, does nothing because it's Ferrothorn. He withdraws the Mammoth Swine, goes out to the Xatu. I'm like, okay, what if this has Heat Wave? I'm fucked. But he goes to the Magic Bounce, doesn't matter anyway because I'm a Grass type. And I just leech cheated, so it doesn't really make any difference. I mean, I take burn damage because I wasted a turn, but it's whatever. He has Roost. I was like, okay, what if this has Heat Wave? I'm fucked if it does, but he just goes with a Roost. I go for the Gyro Ball. It does almost literally nothing because I'm burned. This Ferrothorn is literally useless at this point. All it could do is set rocks, and I can't even do that because if he predicts that properly, he just goes out to Xatu. So I go to Moltres here. There's no rocks on the field, so I have nothing to like lose. He goes to the Calm Mind. I'm like, alright, I'm not doing this again. I'm not playing this game again. So I just go for the Fire Blast here. Pretty sure this thing just drops after that. Moltres is like really strong. It actually just recently moved to UU, and I agree with it because like, what in UU has a solid flying attack? I heard Rhyperior is being used more because of Moltres' present. But he goes out to the Mammoth Swine, withdraws, and it goes out to the Emperor. I forgot to put the name for a second. But that's a lot of damage, man. I don't know how it's a resisted hit. But he goes to the Wild Charge. He's Scarfed. I'm like, alright, fuck you too, man. So I just let my Moltres die here. He dies too from the recall damage. Now I'm pretty sure it's just like me trying to kill Mammoth Swine at this point because I just need this thing gone and I win the battle. So I go for the Z move here, Zevon Drake, and yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to do anything because I find out later on that he's like physically defensive, which is pretty whack, but yeah, that's really like I don't know why, I thought it was Sash at first. I thought it was like some type of like offensive one or some shit, but nah, it's physically defensive, so that was pretty bad for me. It literally does nothing, it does like half. And this thing just goes through the Acid Crush. I was like, okay, miss now, please miss. But no, he doesn't. I die, which is pretty fucking unfortunate because I was trying to keep that thing alive so I can go for Iron Tail, but it's whatever. Anyways, I go to my Gardevoir here, and I'm pretty sure I just win from now on because I trace. I laughed at this during about tracing thick fat, but I go for the Moonblast here, which takes out the Mammoth Swine and results in my win in the battle. So, GG Pocket God, it was a really fun battle, man. Hope the battle again sometime, and yeah, that's all, guys. So if you liked the video, subscribe, like. I don't give a fuck what you guys do. It's your choice, but yeah, hope to catch you guys next time, and peace.